Thank you so much for watching. Let's get into the full-length tutorial for this crochet maxi dress. It's super easy. These are the things you're gonna need. I used a 8mm crochet hook and the Red Heart Super Saver yarn in latte stripe. To start, you're going to make a single crochet chain. Make this long enough to go across your chest, but not too long so that you can increase. Count 5 back and double crochet into that 5th chain, then chain 1 and prepare to make the next loop. So as you can see, you are creating the loops to basically make that net pattern. Then you're going to skip 1 chain and double crochet into the next. For the rest of the row, you continue to skip 1, then double crochet into the next chain. Once you get to the end of your row, chain 2 and flip it over. For the remainder of the rows, it's way easier. You just continue to double crochet into each loop. To make the front panel wider, you're going to increase. So to increase, you double crochet twice into the first loop and the last loop of each row, and you're going to alternate on and off. So one row you increase, the next row you do not. For the remainder of the row, you're going to double crochet into each loop. Chain twice to finish off the row. So as you can see, the top gets wider to fit across your bust. So people were asking me how my increase line looks so straight. Just pull the sides with your crochet hook. So once your front panel is wide enough and you don't need to increase anymore, you are going to just double crochet as normal into each loop. So if you go back to my first video, I think I said your half bust measurement is as wide as you need the front panel to be. Once you stop increasing, the rows begin to straighten out. I add these safety pins on the last increase stitch so that when it's time for me to add the strap, it's easier for me to just find them again. So as you can see, after a few rows, it really starts to straighten out from that last increase stitch. From there, just keep double crocheting into each loop and make the front panel as long as you need to. For the back panel, there's no increases needed, so you can just fly through that and just double crochet into each loop that you make. So I just wanted to say thank you all so much for the love and support you have shown me on this dress. It is completely overwhelming in the best way possible. I mean, I have gotten to connect with people all over the world simply behind some yarn and a crochet hook. That is insane. It's mind-boggling. Thank you all so much. I cannot wait to show you my future projects and really just take you along this journey with me. Thank you. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So if you ran out of yarn or you want to change the color and you're kind of stuck, this is how you're going to change it out. You basically just crochet as usual with the new yarn. So pull it through the loop, create 2 chains, and then double crochet into the next loop. On that second chain, I leave out that little tail end piece because I'm going to tuck that in later when the dress is finished. Okay, so now you're gonna grab the yarn sewing needle and tuck those tail end pieces in. So you take the needle and kind of stick it in between the stitches so that it's not necessarily seen on either side, but genuinely like going through the yarn. Pull the yarn through, then cut it off with some scissors and adjust the stitches to hide any little fuzzy pieces at the end. Now we're going to connect the front and back panels together. Okay, so this part is kind of hard to explain. It's easier to watch a little bit, but basically you're going to just connect the two panels at the very bottom together. So while you're attaching the panels together at the bottom, try to line up the loops together so that once you are sewing the sides, it doesn't jumble up and the dress becomes uneven. So grab the last stitch at the end of each row and attach them together. Then take the end stitching of the top of the back panel and lay it flat out against the front panel and then attach the sides so that again it doesn't jumble up. Single crochet along the sides to connect the panels. Make a really long single crochet chain for the strap. Feed the strap back to front on either end of the front panel. Then go in a crisscross motion down the front of the panel. Line up the strap on the same row so that the X's are even in the back and proportional. Find the middle of the back panel to feed the straps in and create that drawstring effect. Once you're done, you should be left with something like this. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for my next project.